What is up? My house gamer here today. NBA first game here. I'm gonna be not talking at all during this live stream. Just letting you guys know what's happening. Okay? So I'm gonna turn off my headphones so you guys can so actually I'm gonna keep the headphones so I'm just gonna continue.
This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter, Doris Burke.
Good. Oh no. I have to cover Jimmy Butler?
You know, and what a huge moment this is
for
him.
Yeah,
I mean, your whole life has been spent leading up to this, and finally he's going to get to take the court in the NBA.
Oh God, that's
I mean, his mind has to be racing like 1,000,000 miles an hour.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. I mean, there are all different kinds of pressure situations. This is about as nerve-wracking as it gets. But even so, I don't think it takes away from how much he enjoys it.
Well, with Free Clark, there was a question whether he would stay another year in college. Really was a tough decision for him, but he ended up coming out after his freshman year.
And Kevin, it's really hard to blame a guy like Freak for doing that. I mean, he's clearly NBA ready, and he's putting a lot at risk for every year he stays in school when he could be on the NBA clock.
And Thomas Robinson has been on a lot of teams here in his short time in the league. Not easy to find a spot when you're always getting moved.
Larkin dishes to Freak. To the wing right side. Bargnani down low. Mirotic is there. No good from Bargnani.
They've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass today.
Yeah, and it's already got them a +5 margin in the rebound column.
And again, Chicago. No good. Nets leading by 14. Up the floor. Stolen by Brooks. Down low. Here's Butler and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. Andre Bargnani picks one up.
You know, Jimmy Butler is one of those guys who had to overcome major odds just to get to the NBA. Reportedly, his father...
Joakim Noah, he's checked in for Gibson. Gasol comes in for Mirotic. McDermott's checked in for Dunleavy. And it's Rose in for Butler. Francis in at shooting guard. Johnson is out there with Young. Then it's Jarrett Jack, and it's Lopez in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Johnson gets the bucket. And going back to Jimmy Butler, there were just so many times when he was set up to fail. He was not heavily recruited out of high school. He was even homeless when he was in high school in the Houston area. Went to a junior college, then Marquette, now in the NBA. So he played his freshman year at a junior college, which I think humbled him just a bit, but maybe gave him that work ethic that is so much, Greg, a part of his game now.
And Kevin, the talent was there, and most of all, as we see how he dealt with adversity, the heart was there. He blocked out the distractions and finally transferred to a major college and worked his way into becoming a first-round pick. You know, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Nets. 2 shots. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. And that concludes the first. All right now. Ladies and gentlemen, well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but and so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Kevin, thank you. So why don't we take a look now at our... We saw him come out looking very confident, making his first 5 shots of the game.
I can't imagine a player having a better night from the field than he had tonight. His shooting percentage was off the charts.
And, folks, that's it for us. Thank you for tuning in. Always a pleasure. For Kenny the Jet Smith, for Shaquille O'Neal, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a great night.
Guys, we won our first game. We're facing the Warriors.
Steph Curry and the Warriors next game. I've been looking forward to this for a while now. You know they'll be running and gunning. And Steph's gonna do 2 or 3 things that make you want to stop and stare. But we can't let that distract us. Because if we lose focus for even a second, they'll be up 20. So maybe it's up to me to put on a little show of my own.
It's game time in Oakland as the crowds at Oracle Arena look to cheer on the hometown Warriors. Well, it was the Golden State Warriors winning their last game against the Timberwolves in Minnesota. And just one look at the score tells you all you need to know. They were dominant in just about every area.
And Kevin, you know, they showed how important it is to have.
Oh no. I can't cover stuff.
Nets leading by 4.
Oh, yeah.
And really, the Warriors had an amazing regular season last year. Just from a historical standpoint, it was one of the best ever.
Francis' shot is off.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
Thompson dishes to Ezeli. The rebound by the Nets. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Sacramento.
Probably their poorest defensive effort all season long. I mean, at home, that kind of D is not going to cut it. Never mind when you're on the road.
Hey, I don't know, guys. This may be all speculation. Perhaps they had a bad flight into town the night before, and we all know a rough flight in can lead to turbulence on the court.
Catching up on the changes for Golden State. Brandon Rush, he's checked in for Barnes. Iguodala comes in for Klay Thompson. And it's Livingston in for Steph Curry. And that one's good.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
The steal. Oh, and here comes Iguodala all alone. The game now all-time. Iguodala's got his first points of the game.
And that almost feels like 2 buckets coming off the steal like it did.
And especially the fact that it now ties the game. The lead was about to be stretched out, and instead, it's back even.
Freak kicks to Robinson. To the paint. It's tipped. Down to 5 on the shot clock. It's rebounded by Livingston.
He's always going to have a difficult time finishing when the defense is in his face like that.
Rush gets the bucket.
Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
There's a screen by Robinson. Larkin, the pass to Robinson. Green. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. Nets were pretty far back from relevance at times last season, as we saw. It took a late season. Rush. Thompson comes in for Andre Iguodala. And it's Stephen Curry in for Sean Livingston. And a new group in for the Nets. Young's checked in for Robinson. Johnson comes in for Hollis Jefferson. Wayne Ellington's checked in for Sergei Karasov. And Freak subbed in for Shane Larkin. The Splash Brothers are the guards. Ezeli is out there with Harrison Barnes. And it's Bogut in at the center. That's the Warriors 5. Golden State moving it around. Nobody near Barnes. Nice open look, but it's no good.
And, you know, for the Nets, they ended up being bounced out of the first round, fell to the #1 seed Hawks. They put up a good fight against Atlanta and made the series interesting, but still came up short.
Golden State's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far.
Excellent feed from Steph Curry.
Here's Francis. And for those of you just joining us, we're in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by. Pass to Young. Inside. A second chance effort. And, there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup. And while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call it a foul shot or not, but sure enough they have. So he'll head to the free throw line. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Warriors.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard, playing airtight defense and coming up with the steal.
And also defensively, they've been able to cause some turnovers tonight, and that also builds confidence and gives you momentum. And for the Nets in the postseason, they did have a good showing despite that early exit. Many people expected the Hawks to sweep, but they took them to 6 games and capped what was an interesting year for Brooklyn overall.
Here's Curry. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. Great D that time from Francis. Johnson goes in. There's the pass to Young. There's the pick. Shot clock at 5. The Nets need to get a shot off here. Francis takes a big height bounce and goes in.
I mean, even he was surprised to be that open.
Warriors leading by 4. Curry outside. That drops. Curry's got 7 points in the game.
You know, his ability is matched only by his energy, guys. I mean, he's usually in the middle of everything for his team.
And here is Ellington. He's coming off a 10-point game against Sacramento. Here's Reed. There's the dish to Freak. On the wing, Johnson, covered by Barnes. Ellington kicks to Reed. And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call. The Warriors making a switch here. So we've reached the end of the first half.
Guys, I'm here.
And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first. Andre Iguodala. He's checked in for Golden State. Then for the Nets, Brown comes in for Wayne Ellington. And Freak subbed in for Jarrett Jack. And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. Brown at the 2 with Johnson at the 3. Brook Lopez is out there with Young. And it's Francis in at the point. The Nets have gone a dismal 0 for 5 to get the fourth quarter underway. He dishes it to Johnson. And stolen by Barnes. And it's the Warriors on the break. And the basket by Curry. Curry's got 9 points now in just the second half. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for the Warriors.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
They have, but you also can't overlook how well they've defended the rim, as they've challenged every shot, also gotten quite a few blocks as well.
This guy will really make you pay if you leave him enough room outside.
Here's Francis, and it's blocked by Curry, and he's able to get it back. To halt the run, and again, no good by Brooklyn. Golden State's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. Thompson dishes to Iguodala, and the foul called on.
What a life, eh, Freak? 1 minute you're playing 21 and horse on the courts in Harlem, and the next moment you're in the showroom, configuring the gunmetal and graphite exterior of your luxury car and your iPad mini. Oh, I bet you get a crazy crowd when you drive that car around the block in the old neighborhood, huh?
Yeah, living the dream. Mad pandemonium. But folks from back around the way are real proud of me.
Yeah, I hear you. Local.
Tell you about Vic. He has his bad rap. It's not, and I understand some of his judgments might shadow his actual character. He's not that at all. Man, Vic, let me tell you something. We actually, we have love for each other. We're brothers. Blood couldn't make us any closer at all. I mean, he has so much loyalty to me and to my family. You can see even Cece, you know, has issues with him, but he still loves her. He still loves her.
Not again.
Big homestand coming up. There's nothing better than playing in front of your home crowd, but there's also a certain level of pressure that comes with it. I don't get it done tonight, and that raises the sense of urgency even higher next time. So I'm just focused on this game and getting a W for the best fans in the world.
Hello, fans. Welcome to this presentation of the NBA Sunday Night Action right here on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony with Doris Burke on our sideline. Warriors. Azili's checked in for Bogut. Rush comes in for Harrison Barnes. Andre Iguodala is checked in for Thompson. And it's Livingston in for Steph Curry. So for the Golden State Warriors right now, Draymond Green is out there with Festus Ezeli, and there's Iguodala. Then it's Rush, and it's Livingston in at the point guard. Clock at 6. Larkin kicks to Bargnani. Here is Livingston. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. So they take the lead. And look at how the hustle game has been going for the Warriors.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard. Playing airtight defense and coming up with the steals.
And also, how about how well they defended the rim? Not just blocking shots, but also altering them here in this first half.
Just 5 to shoot. Here's Larkin. Warriors with the rebound. This game coming on the heels of their win against Toronto.
And how about the accuracy that was on display from three-point range in that game? They were lethal.
Yeah, splashing those threes as they did really allowed them to continuously deflate that crowd and keep them at bay. Boy, that was a nice road win for them, no doubt.
When you think about Sean Livingston, you think about the career that might have been an absolute rising star after being taken Clark 4th back in the 2004 draft.
Kevin, he was averaging over 5 assists a game as a teenager, and his shot was improving every year. Then the devastating knee injury. Just great to see him back playing basketball.
Feeds it to Bargnani from 10 feet out. Green with the rebound.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Yeah, the half and half balls are going their way, and that's really a function of effort and intensity. You know, the ball doesn't discriminate. Whoever goes and gets it, that's who owns it.
Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
Bargnani dishes to Larkin. In the corner, it's Freak. And the Nets miss again.
And getting back to Livingston, he's had comeback after comeback. I mean, each time he'd start to flash those unbelievable movement skills, he'd get injured again. It's a shame because he was on the path to becoming one of the game's great young point guards.
There's a screen by Robinson. Larkin, the pass to Robinson. It's stolen by Green. And here comes Livingston, leading the fast break. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. And that concludes the first quarter of... And here's Freak on his experience as a one-and-done college player.
It was definitely a hard decision. I had to.
Now with more and more freshmen, Clark making the jump to the... Different look here for the Warriors. Draymond Green, he's checked in for Azili. Rush comes in for Barnes. Andre Iguodala, he's checked in for Thompson. And it's Livingston in for Steph Curry. Francis in at shooting guard. Bargnani is out there with Thomas Robinson. Then it's Donald Sloan. And it's Hollis Jefferson in at the small forward. So that's the Nets 5. It's stolen by Bogut. Iguodala with it. 11 points for him in that last game against the Raptors in Toronto.
And also his assist total tells you about the job he did of keeping his head up and keeping his teammates involved.
From the inbound, and the Warriors tack on 2 more.
Excellent communication on the inbound play there, guys. He got in a good position, and the pass was as it needed to be, on time and on target.
And Sloan kicks to Freak. Passes it to Hollis Jefferson. There's a screen by Robinson. 6 to shoot. Now here's Freak. He's covered by Iguodala.
Outstanding perimeter defense there. That was a well-contested shot.
Yeah, and you know he takes a lot of pride in his defense. There are no easy threes if he's on you.
It's stolen by
Dang
Bogut.
it.
Green with a screen on Bargnani. Iguodala. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
And Andre Iguodala, guys, one of the most unselfish players in the league. I mean, that unselfishness for me, too, is what was put to a test last season as the former All-Star was asked by his coach, Steve Kerr, to come off.
Both teams making substitutions here. And the first half comes...
Andrea, you've had to face a...
And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first. Nets leading by 3. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
And those are the kinds of mistakes that are magnified when we're talking about a game down the stretch.
And Golden State looking at who they've got. The defensive stalwarts, Green and Bogut, are down low. Thompson is the 2 with Barnes at the 3. And it's Curry in at the 1. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
Yeah, this is not about charity, folks. That's his 4th giveaway already.
The Brooklyn Nets come into this one after a win against the Knicks in New York. And for Brooklyn, Francis in a 2-guard. Hollis Jefferson is out there with Reed. Then it's Brooke Lopez. And it's Larkin in at the 1 spot. There's 18 seconds left in the 4th quarter. And guys, they can just sit on the ball here if they want to.
Sure can, because they've earned the win.
That's foul. 3. That's his 4th personal foul. 4th team foul.
And the first of 2, no good. Heartbreaker.
2 shots.
He's able to hit the second one, and that stretches their lead to 8. Nine seconds left in the 4th quarter. Offensive rebound, Nets. Here's Francis. And the Nets miss again. So we see the Warriors get the win here. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up.
Congratulations.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Hi again, everybody. This is Ernie
Hope you guys
Johnson,
enjoyed.
joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Time now to present our Jordan Player of the Game. Step.